Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and hop into using the Halo Glow liquid filter. I have shade 4 medium. It's a little dark, but I did want to have a kind of a summer shade because the shade I have in the Hollywood Flawless filter is shade 2, so it's very light in comparison. And then I did pick up shade 6 because I do want to try this as more of like a liquid bronzer and just kind of see how that works. I do see lots of people doing a comparison of the Hollywood Flawless filter. I'm not going to do that just because that shade is so much lighter than the ones I purchased and the E.L.f. one, so I don't know how helpful that would be. I do want to do a more natural base look using this just to see if I could just put this on my face and then just leave the house and feel comfortable. So I'm glad I got something a bit darker that's more of a summer shade that does kind of match my arms a bit better. I am just blending this in with an IT Cosmetics brush from Ulta. And I'm just going to blend that in. It's a little dark, but I do like it because I can just mix it in with the Charlotte Tilbury to lighten it up if I wanted to. That glow is really pretty. The luminosity is absolutely beautiful. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of the Charlotte Tilbury. I find things kind of just lay on top of it a little weird. And the color I got was so light that I really never used it as just a base. It might look prettier as just a base, but this is looking really luminous and pretty, very summer-like. Up close it's looking really nice. It really doesn't look like anything on my face at all. Just really pretty and luminous. So there is that applied, very luminous. I'm going to powder it down just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and apply concealer. I'm going to go in with my Tarte. This is the Ultra Creamy. This is just one of my favorite concealers. Apply just the tiniest amount. I just want to do this in more of an everyday kind of makeup look. And I'm just going to blend that out because I don't want tons of coverage for my concealer. And the more this one sits, the more coverage it gets. I think this is going to be a really, really pretty luminous liquid bronzer. So I'm really excited that I got a deeper color. For my liquid bronzer color, I got shade 6 Tan Deep. So we're going to see. I'm hoping it's not too warm. Oh no, that actually looks pretty good. So I am just going to apply not too much because it is quite luminous. Just apply it like that and then blend it out. I'm going to go ahead and just use my bronzer brush. Just blend that out and see what I can get. That looks really pretty. It blended out really nicely. It might be a little bit warm for me, but during the summer I can definitely do that. That's really pretty. It looks very nice, beautiful, and luminous. It didn't really add any cakiness to the face. It's such a thin formula, but it does give a lot of color payoff. I think during the winter I could probably use 4 for a bronzer and then get something a bit lighter. So that looks pretty. I really, really like how that is sitting onto my skin. Next, I'm going to do blush. I picked up another shade of the Luminous Putty Blush. I got the first one in Bermuda, and this one is in St. Bart's. It's a little bit darker. Definitely something I would kind of gravitate towards all the time. I really love this. It gives you kind of that sunburnt look on your cheeks. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with a Luxie brush. I love this formula so much. So I'm just going to tap it right into the little component and then apply it on my cheeks like that. The color of this blush is so pretty and I love this formula. I do have another one and I've really enjoyed using it, so I just wanted to get a different color. This is super dewy. I really like it. I'm not getting tons of coverage, but I really love this and something for like a hot summer day. Beautiful. I'm just going to powder my under eyes using my Kosas powder. Then I'm going to go into my Jaclyn Cosmetics brightening palette. So there is a little bit of powder on my under eyes mostly. I did a little bit in the middle of my forehead just to kind of tone it down because it is very luminous, but it looks so pretty on the skin. I really like it. I know this is supposed to be more of a kind of use wherever type of product. I really wanted to see if I can get enough coverage to kind of give me a really luminous like skin tint. I am going to use the Charlotte Tilbury as a highlighter for the top of my cheekbones because it is light enough for me to use right now for that. And I'm going to just tap that in with my fingers. Probably could be a little bit lighter, but that's okay. And I'm going to put a little bit on the tip of my nose. Alright, so I am not going to add anything more because I don't want to ruin the bronze that I have. I want to see how long that's going to last. So I'm going to go ahead and do my lips. I am using one of the Maybelline vinyl lipsticks. This is one of my favorite lip formulas I've ever tried. I have this in Cheeky. It's a really pretty kind of pinky nude, but it's very neutral. I love this formula so much. It is my new obsession. It's so pretty. It's a very thin formula that lasts all day long. So I'm going to go ahead and apply a little layer. Love that it is luminous, and then it will kind of dry down, but it's not going to be dry. It's going to continue being luminous, but it's not going to have any transfer. So I'm going to hop off and then do my eyes, and then I will be right back with my thoughts on the product. Alright, so I finished up my makeup on my eyes. I have the Blend Bunny Cosmetics, the Dollhouse eyeshadow palette. I really like how it turned out. I did end up putting just a tiny bit more concealer underneath to clean up my edges a little bit, so I have a little bit more powder, a little bit more concealer, and then eyeshadow and mascara. So other than that, I did not apply anything else to my face. So I am so excited. This looks really pretty. I had no issues with anything on top of it. I know it's not technically like a skin tint or anything, but the glow it gives me, I do feel like it gave me a lot of pigment. It definitely kind of perfected my face. It's very glowy, but I think that's absolutely beautiful. I love a glowy base, so I think this all over is really pretty. I think, of course, under a foundation, it would definitely gleam through. So I really am excited for these products. I love the bronziness that it gave me. If you get a shade that's a bit darker, I really do like how that looks. So I'm very excited about these products. I think they're absolutely beautiful. I think for $14, I would highly suggest them. Honestly, I do notice a little bit of similarity with the Charlotte Tilbury, but I am not the biggest fan of the Charlotte Tilbury, like I've said before. I think it just kind of is okay, but it definitely is a bit more kind of chunky in a way. I feel like the E.L.f. one, which is right here, I feel like the E.L.f. one is just a bit thinner and smoother, and I feel like the Charlotte Tilbury is a little bit more thicker in a way. I definitely prefer the feeling of the E.L.f. one over the Charlotte Tilbury. I noticed a bit of difference, a bit of thickness in the Charlotte Tilbury versus the E.L.f. one. So hopefully this was helpful and you enjoyed it. I know I didn't do a ton of on top and layering, but I really wanted to see how this would work as kind of a skin tint type replacement. I think it looks absolutely stunning. So thank you so much for watching, and I will just catch you on the next one. Bye guys!